Okay, so well, we can speak on the next person. We got Marilyn.
Oh.
What the hell is this?
That's Marilyn Monroe.
That's without Marilyn Manson without the makeup.
Murder, that can never be Marilyn Monroe.
You're right. I'm sorry. I meant to say that.
Oh, well, listen to my phone ringing.
Marilyn Monroe.
Manson. I'm sorry. I don't know why I was thinking about
Marilyn, I already noticed you, girl. I already noticed you. He Nigerian, girl. You know, you was used to he's Nigerian, Marilyn.
I was thinking about Marilyn.
Girl, listen, you ain't woke up since they found the pills by your bed, girl. You woke up to call me by your call.
I meant to say Marilyn Manson, but I don't know why I was thinking about her.
Those oxtails are good.
No. Marilyn Monroe said you could possibly never. Her actual words in what Vicky was, a pussy hoe could never. A pussy hoe could never.
I apologize. That was a slip of tongue.
She said she ain't woke up all this time. You woke her up.
Oh Lord.
Tell her I was a slip of tongue. I apologize.
She said you can't. She said you could never slip your tongue in her.
I didn't say that. That's not what I said.
Why?
Wait a minute now, Marilyn. You ain't finna give my motherfucking mo too much. You ain't finna use them kind of words, bitch, because I'm Nigerian too, ho. What you said, ho? That's my daughter there. This is better than your ass anyway.
No.
Go ahead, boy. I got your bag.
I appreciate that, though, man. For sticking up for me.
I got your bag.
But no, that's Marilyn.
But you was dead ass wrong for that shit.
Oh,
I was sorry.
Okay,
but
go ahead.
That's Marilyn Manson. They said that allegedly he likes when he's, he likes to lock his women in a glass sound booth and just keep them there for punishment.
The law. Let's get a word from the law.
Where is his NDA? Where is his attorney? This is personal information. But on a side note, can I not do law for 1 second? You dating Marilyn. What did you expect?
And we go with another toxic dick. You know some of that?
I'm just trying to understand.
Some of that white dick be toxic too.
Like, okay, this is actually very vanilla, and I would love for his attorney. He actually did release a statement from his attorney. He said that everything that he did was consensual. And I'm going to leave it like that. So he was into the 50 Shades of Grey. He was doing his thing, and this was supposed to be personal. And there should have been an NDA, and I'm sure there is one. I don't know how this got out, but his attorney needs to lock that back up.
So if you had prepared the NDA, what would the first line of the NDA say?
Thou shalt shut your mouth about what happened in this house.
So whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yes, you agree to shut your mouth. You consented, you good. But you know what? Okay, in all honesty, though, the consent, these agreements now are getting very technical, right? You can consent to one thing, but not the other. So she might have consented to being tied up, but she might not have consented to being locked in a glass chamber. And the bad girl, I think it was called the bad girl room or something like that. She might not have consented to that.
So what you're saying is that when you do an NDA, it has to be, you have to be completely specific.
Yes.
Like, so it has to be outlined that you might consent to be tied up, but you're not going to consent to be tied up into the glass room and hung upside down by your toenail.
Exactly.
So you would put a clause in there. Like if you were preparing an NDA, would you put a clause in there that covers all of that?
I mean, it depends on so it also depends on who you're drafting for, right? If I'm drafting for him and he's my client, then obviously I want to make sure all of his shenanigans are covered, right?
Like
so it would be broad. It would be very broad, right?
Did you get your NDA from me?
It was a good 10, 15 pages, Mo. Yeah. Thank you. Well, I enjoyed drafting that. Now, on the other end, if I'm
where you put it in, Mo, because I got the copies. Where you put yours in?
Oh, it's in my post. Right on my show.
No, I'm holding you to that. That's why you can't run down there to the HR, bitch. That's what I told y'all. I'm covered.
And then if you're on her attorney, obviously you would want it drafted to be very specific to say things like, no, I do not consent to being spanked while hanging upside down, but I do consent to being spanked while tied up.
Did you not see how detailed my NDA was? And she made 10 pages.
It was beautiful.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
I took my time on that.
Good.
I took my time in drafting that, and I think a lot of people should get NDAs, not just celebrities, but a lot of, no offense, but people are into things and you like what you like, and I'm not against that, right? But I think, if Bob and Karen down at the grocery store want to hook up with Kevin and Susan, that's their business. Make sure y'all have an NDA because everyone ain't into keeping secrets.
I do. I didn't before, but I do now.
Yes, you do.
I do not. It is ironclad.
Mm-hmm.
Mo just told y'all it's 10 pages.
Oh, for the people that don't know, NDA is a non-disclosure agreement. Okay, that's what you want to get when, especially like I said, you like what you like. And you want to be able to enjoy yourself with freedom, and you don't want your information out there, and that is absolutely fine. Get a non-disclosure agreement for your relationships.
We got to draft a second one for Mo.
Mm-hmm.
Because he be seeing too many things, especially when we get ready to go on the road.
Okay. And you did put on underwear today, you said.
I don't even talk on a good day.
I know.
Oh. Yes. And trust me, like I said, this is, to me, this little bit of information is saying there's something else out there, and his legal team obviously is already on it because that statement he released was definitely drafted by an attorney. And I'm not shocked. I don't judge him. I honestly expected more tea if I was going to be talking. That to me is nothing. That's if you want to know the truth. I'm like, okay, if that's all Marilyn going to do, sign me up. That's real light.
Young Smooth says, how much does an NDA cost?
It depends, my love. It depends on how long how much work it needs to take to draft it. This lovely lady right here had a 10-page one, or was it 15 more? I can't remember. It was very, very detailed.
It was a very, very, very long, detailed.
Very detailed.
Yes.
Yeah, very, very
it talked
detailed.
about even my mama's cooking.
Yes, her recipes. Y'all can't be stealing Miss Mary's recipes.
If you look at the plate, you better say it's good, nigga. But we know it's good, Mo, because you be socking it down, honey. You never miss a plate.
Because Miss Mary, that's why I had that
stomach do.
Yeah.
It's okay. You were still loved.
Yes.
All right. What's the next thing, Mo?
Well, we have what, like 3 more? So 4 more. So next one, speaking of Marilyn and Keats.
Oh dear God in heaven.
I've been trying to find her name, but she's in a rock band, and she went viral because she ended up saying she had to use the bathroom. And a man came up on stage, laid down flat on stage. She pulled down her pants.
I watched the video.
Yeah.
I watched it. And she squatted over his face and she urinated.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Is that a part of the clause for the show? Like, do you sign up to be peed on? Is that a part of what is in the ticket?
Here's how that could have went left. Yes, he might have been a fan. He went in there, he urinated on, and she urinated on his face.
Mm-hmm.
In his mouth. And I saw him lay there and I saw her really peeing.
Uh-huh. Not
bathed.
Now that might have been something that he wanted to do, but what if he sued her later on? Does he have grounds to sue her?
Some might say it's implied consent that she said, I want to pee. Then he went on stage and then laid down. And then while she was peeing, he didn't get up. Did he move?
No. I watched it.
So this seems like an implied consent. I think what the issue is for all of us with the post-traumatic stress from watching something like this that really weren't consenting to that.
Right.
Again, that's what you do in private. There are some people that have been peed on and some people that have done the peeing. We don't know. But in that case, I don't think that's a normal part of their show. I could be wrong. I was offended a bit.
I wasn't offended because I was getting geeked because I was just like, what man?
What show is this?
Yes.
You said what show is this?
What man laid there and just allowed okay, and this is these are my thoughts. These are not the thoughts of everyone in here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not into piss play.
That's what it's called?
I think they call it water sports.
Water sports.
Oh,
you know.
Piss play, water
Piss play,
sport.
whatever.
I just learned something new.
I'm not into the water sports, and that's a thing for a lot of people. You know, it's a thing of dominating. It's a part of dominating and stuff like that. So I'm personally not into that. But let's say that maybe the man, like, cause I want to look at it because I have my lawyer here, and this is kind of like a law thing that I really, what if P got on somebody that was next to them? Could they sue her?
Yes, they potentially could because they didn't consent to it, right? But then again, okay, here's how an attorney would argue, right? But you didn't move. You heard her say, "I'm gonna pee." Now, is that a normal occurrence? Like normally, as you say, "I'm gonna pee," no one normally expects you in a public place at a concert to pee. That's not expected.
I mean, if you standing up on the ground and you got on a dress and you ain't.
She had on.
No, she's a performer. She pulled down her pants. Now I can understand if she exited.
She put the things right around the knees, squatted.
I watched it, Mo.
Oh,
Mo watched it and took
Mo,
notes.
did you get an erection, Mo, when you watched it?
No, I was more intrigued though. I was more.
She's really gonna pee. She's really gonna pee. Yeah, she's really gonna pee.
It was more of an intrigue.
You almost were going down that dark tunnel. Getting into that dark space, Mo.
No, I was just intrigued. Like,
he couldn't believe what he was watching.
I was like, first of all,
did it kind of arouse you, Mo?
No, because I don't want nobody peeing on me.
Well, it's a difference when you want someone to pee on you and then when you're watching someone be peed on.
Because my thought process was like,
and it was a heavy pee.
Yeah, that wasn't no like, that was like shower head.
Yeah, that was a very heavy pee.
She was holding it.
It was
for a
like,
while.
bitch, I really gotta pee.
Like,
she was holding it.
I was like, it wasn't no like twinkle twinkle.
No,
it was like
a ooh, bitch, I've been holding this all day. And he laid there
for the whole thing. Mike, legitimately, why didn't she just walk off stage? Like, I don't understand why. Unless, again, is this a normal occurrence?
Well, maybe she did it for the shock value, because obviously she did go viral.
You think that was the first time doing it?
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No.
Is that his first time getting peed on?
Well, he wanted it.
Not only, and then somebody just said, and then not only that, after she pees on you, what do you do next? You can't go back in the crowd and start saying, I want to watch the show again.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, he does.
You go there because you're.
Are you serious?
Mo, listen. If
you want to be standing next to people smelling like urine.
He doesn't care.
He wants to smell like that, and he's probably going to never wash that shirt and his hair.
While walking out. Okay, but here's my other thing though. There are other performers who have like wiped their genitals and like threw like towels into the crowd, and people have
caught an STD from it.
People have like caught it and been excited and sniffed it. Is that acceptable? Peeing's not acceptable, but genital wipe down sweat juices, we accept that.
I watched that. What was that? Pleasure P? Who did it? Not Pleasure. I watched one of them Pretty Ricky boys do that on the Shade Room. It was on there. I watched one of what happened, and I was just like,
I shall not comment. That's one of my clients, so I'm just going.